nothing else matters. Hello. It's been a while. I'm enjoying a delicious cream soda. I'm back with you guys. Man, good to be here. Good to be here. It's about that time. About time for some last Epoch. Man, it has been a busy month. My son's been trying to make YouTube videos and my camera's all fucked up. There we go. Yep. It's better at least. Not really centered. That's okay. Screw it. We'll call it good. Maybe move it that way. Yeah. There we go. Right. So, yeah, here I am. It's been a long streak of trying to stream and not being successful, and most of the time there's like actually something that came up, like, you know, unexpected work or kids sick or something. I've been on a couple vacations, like the last, I don't think I've streamed in like 5 weeks. Sure, I'm glad this isn't my full-time job, Jesus. But yeah, always stuff getting in the way. And my son has kind of like started to go to sleep a little bit later too, so that doesn't help. Definitely pushes back the start time a fair bit, which is suboptimal. But believe it or not, I have always intended to get this back to a, you know, routine thing. And that'll happen eventually. Because both my kids are back in school. Well, one has started. The youngest one, my daughter, started school on Monday. And that's a big moment in old Milkman's life. That is a big, big, big moment. I've been looking forward to that for a long time. So I've got a little extra freedom in mornings to just, you know, take care of stuff. Or maybe even stream, honestly. I've thought about using that time to get some performances going on, or at the very least make some videos, make some YouTube videos that might be interesting content. So, yeah, things are looking up. Like I said, I do my level. But yeah, I figured the last Epoch League start was a good time to come back, man. I love this game. If you haven't heard of it, it's obviously very Diablo adjacent, and you know, it's an action RPG. Super entertaining game, definitely worth it. I think it's like $35 to buy. Absolutely worth the money and your time playing it. It is good shit. Very entertaining. My son's added a whole bunch of stuff on here. I don't recognize it. It looks like we're doing okay audio-wise. If you believe otherwise, please let me know. Yeah, if this sounds all messed up, I would like to know sooner rather than later. Because I have done a couple updates since I was last on, and that tends to annihilate the settings that I've, you know, worked on. So let me know. It was a trap. I understand. Oh yeah, harvest is what I want there. Stuck in the middle with you. Yeah, so this is gonna be a bleed Lich. I've never played a Lich before. This is one of the classes that they focused on in the new patch. Should be a dandy, or so I'm told. Let's see. How do I want to do this? So eventually I'll be going bleeding. Yeah, I don't really want to come up there and do that until... I don't want to make myself bleed until I can mitigate that somehow. So why don't we just come down here and get faster attacks. Yay! I don't think I'm even going to use Harvest for a while, but that's okay. So yeah, let's see. What things that have happened since the last time I was on? So I went to Comic-Con. in San Diego. That was crazy. If you've never been there, I highly recommend it. Getting tickets is a bit of a challenge, but if you can even just go there to people watch, that is totally worth it. You just kind of like go hang out and see all the costumes and stuff go by. Amazing time. Really, really good time. So we went out there with my nephew and one of my partners, actually, who was like my best friend from med school. Ignite on hit? That seems like I should make that change. Yep. Boop. Lightning damage void res? Sure. Mana and int. Oh. Yep. Yeah, it was an interesting go, because like I'm not actually a huge comic book fan, but my wife's nephew is, and having him there was a real asset because he actually knows a whole lot about comics and recognized a bunch of prominent names that I had no idea, and my partner didn't either. And when I say partner, by the way, I mean work partner, not my wife. But yeah, there was, oh god, what's his name? Robert Kirkman? I guess the guy that wrote, zombie show, Walking Dead. He wrote The Walking Dead, and I had no idea. Like, I didn't recognize that name at all. And Will is the, my wife's cousin, or nephew's name. He recognized that immediately, and that ended up being, like, the highlight of the trip, to be honest. Like, I thought that was the most entertaining thing that we did at Comic-Con. We saw, like, a panel discussion that he gave. Well, I guess panel discussion's the wrong word. It was a lecture, I guess, that he did, and it was great. Like, he's super engaging, very interesting guy. Like, really, really cool dude. And gave out a couple signed comics. Like, just for being there, you got 2 signed comics from him. It was super badass. Like, very, very interesting dude. Worked the crowd. Funny. Like, obviously a very creative guy. Yeah, that was cool. That was time well spent for sure. And I know it's all out now, but I got to see Alien Earth, the world premiere of Alien Earth. They just like straight up played the entire first episode. They just played the pilot. It was crazy. And it was so loud, though. That was like one of my complaints was it was just deafeningly loud. Like, so freaking loud in the auditorium they played it. You could feel it in your chest. And it was like, you know, there's a lot of stuff where there's like ships flying over and stuff, and you know, very prime opportunities for bass rumbles. And when it's that loud, that was like, oh, I can't get away from this. Cannot get away from this feeling. Let's see. Okay, unlocked bone golem. That's cool. What do I do from here to get... I guess I do armor. This is cream soda, by the way. One thing you may not know about me is that I absolutely freaking love cream soda and root beer. It is delicious. I don't drink a lot of soda, like hardly any actually, but that is a weakness of mine. And we had, I've been playing, well, I rebooted my Arkham Horror habit. The guy that we were playing with essentially moved to San Diego, So he hasn't been in town very much, and like the campaigns that we had going were put on hold. So we found another guy, my friend, the guy that went to Comic-Con with me, or one of the two, I guess. And then another of the guys that we work with decided to join up. So apparently there's a lot of nerds who are anesthesiologists, which works fine by me. But anyway, he's Mormon. So, like, historically, these Arkham Horror Nights, the card game Arkham Horror, by the way, these Arkham Horror Nights have been sort of debaucherous experiences with much alcohol and ridiculousness, but, like, the new guy doesn't drink, so we actually just brought over a whole bunch of root beer and orange soda and cream soda, and it was fucking delicious, man. Like, still had a couple drinks, you know, me and the other, like, the one who does drink, but man, excellent selection of beverages. Doesn't really top that. Doesn't top the orange soda and cream soda. We actually had an orange cream soda, which was freaking good. I forgot what brand it was though. That's peak living right there, man. Maybe the music's a little loud. Turn this down. I feel like you can't really hear the game very well. There we go. That's probably a little more appropriate. Y'all gotta let me know that, man. All zero of you. You were watching. Yeah, it's a shame that I sort of wrecked consistency over the last like 2 years, really. But I'll be back. I'll be back. Mark my words. Having kids start school is like the most relieving thing I've ever done. Feels good, man. And the little one, it's only 3 days a week for half days. But it's better than nothing. Give me your blood. Ouch. Dude, that Wandering Spirits really does a ton of damage to big targets. I've never used that skill before, but I like it. Ow. Oh, Jesus. Ah. What did I just pick up? Do I want that? Nah. Oh, there's the dude in the cage. Are you okay? Balthus, come on, man. Let's get going. Go back here. So I found out recently that you don't necessarily have to have a minimum number of followers to stream on TikTok. I'll probably be doing that when I rev back up. So if those of you who have TikTok want to follow a widescreen format in TikTok, I don't know how they're going to do that. Maybe I can format it in OBS. I don't know. I haven't messed with it yet, but it sounds like it might be a problem. But we'll see. Confirm. Thank you for the quest rewards. Oh. The ruined future. Take that shit. I feel like this is different. I've played through Last Epoch a bunch of times. Don't remember that specifically, but... Alrightus, what's up, dude? How are you? You're gonna have to catch me up on how life's going, man. I feel like I've missed out on all you guys forever. For like literal years. How's it going, man? Hopefully all is well. Somewhat annoyed with medicine? What's annoying about medicine? I mean, there are a lot of things annoying about internal medicine, in my opinion. I'm just curious what you think. God, I love cream soda. It's so good. The medicine shelf is hard, man. I thought that was, like, it's basically step 2. Student on your team took one of your patients and just decided to keep him? That kind of sucks. Sort of poor form. Especially if it's someone that you kind of like took ownership of, you know? Yeah, I can see how that would be pretty irritating. I mean, it's easy enough to just like cover for one day and then switch back. And was there some like motivation there that, you know, the student wanted, like the other guy wanted to follow that person? Or was it just like some, you know, just a mistake, like a staffing mistake? Damage over time, lightning res. They felt invested in the patient after a day. Of course. That sounds like some massive academic bullshit to me. Yeah, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry. Did I do the right thing there? Is 20 armor better than a vitality? It's so irritating how people will just kind of like step on you. You know, obviously you had some sort of attachment to this person and, you know, this patient. Bummer, dude. I thought you were going to say something more along the lines of what is traditionally disliked about internal medicine, which is the endless circle jerk of academic nonsense that really makes no clinical difference whatsoever, but you spend tons of time talking about. Except, super interesting patient, but didn't ask you about it? Yeah, I mean, that sort of sucks. That sounds like pretty standard med school social skills, though, you know? It's just standard stuff. Yeah, med students and doctors in general, people in medicine in general, are definitely not known for their exceptional social grace. Oh, it's a freaking loot lizard. Come here, bitch. Come here. Ignore everything else. Kill the loot lizard. Kill the loot lizard. Dang, that thing. He's on the run. That's kind of a bummer. Like, I feel like on my medicine rotations, as an intern especially, like in school, I don't feel like I was particularly invested in any of my patients, to be perfectly honest, but in residency, I had a fair few people. Stealthy stream drop there, Shaki. What's up, dude? Anyway, yeah, I, like, in... Huh. Yeah, I mean, what I was gonna say is most of the patients that I had, like, in residency were, you know, uninteresting. Especially longitudinally, they were just like, there's very little like, educational value there. And the ones that were just kind of inpatient long-term were stagnant. There were some that were super interesting, like they had an interesting condition, but there was nothing to really be done. We were just kind of looking at them and watching them. Like, we had one guy that had profound post-operative cognitive decline. And for anybody who doesn't know what that is, basically after you have anesthesia, you just, like, don't get your brain back. And it is anesthesia related, or so they think. But like, he was like staring into space, like formerly a totally normal dude. God dang it. Just trying to do my freaking level up, guys. Stop it. Which way do I want to go with this? Do I want to start getting bleed? Maybe I do. I get a little area first, though. Oops. Not really using harvest, so it don't matter, but we will get attack speed. But yeah, I can understand why, if you did have an interesting patient that was, like, changing routinely, which is one thing that I liked about the ICU, actually. I did like seeing patients in the ICU, because they were there constantly, but there's usually stuff to do with them. Like, even if it's somebody who's relatively stable, like, crazy sick still, so they can't leave, but stable, there's still stuff to, like, tune up. You know, a lot of people who are just in the hospital indefinitely just languish there, and, you know, they just can't be out on their own. But yeah, that's frustrating. I hear ya. Get out of here, soldier guy. Lemire's syndrome? I don't know what that is. I will look it up as soon as I'm not dying. Bacterial infection, throat or tonsils? Spreading to the IJ. Oh. Ah. Bummer. That does sound like cancer-ish. Like, cancer just does all sorts of crazy shit. Like, just weird infections and clots in very weird places. From IJ to brachiocephalic? Jesus. So, in English, for anybody else watching, that is from your, like, deep inside your neck to your arm. Basically. Or, like, yeah, close to your arm. So that's a big-ass clot. You don't want that. Would not recommend. But yeah, those advanced cancer patients are pretty interesting, and like bone marrow transplant people, there's lots to learn because they're so sick and they get like weird infections that nobody else gets. Very strange stuff starts happening when you lose your immune system. I cleared a path, get out! So guess I'm sticking with spell damage for now, huh? Oh well, hopefully that guy gets a swift kick in the ass. Just remember that it is indeed a small world. Medicine is a very small world. I still remember a guy that I rotated with at the children's hospital here. And a classmate of mine and I remember him as like the biggest jerk ever. Like he showed up and like was pimping us. And he was our year. Like it's not he was our senior or anything. We were senior residents too, and he was just like asking us questions. And at first I thought he was like trying to remember, and then I was like, oh, this dude's pimping me. What a douchebag. And so we still remember the guy. Like he went back to Utah, so it doesn't really make much of a difference to him in terms of his career. But if he'd stayed in town, we would have been like, oh yeah, I remember that guy, he's an ass. Don't hire him. All that stuff comes back to bite you. It is much too small of a world to cross people. Especially when you're, like, a learner. Don't do that. Yeah. Give me your loot. Thank you. That seems worthwhile. Even though it's 2 less spell damage. Chance to chill is pretty good. Big name MD school in the area. Well, she probably thinks she's fucking awesome. Lady doctors are crazy too, by the way. That's right, I said it. 20 armor. What does the vitality do again? I think it's 6 health and poison and necro resistance. Okay. Agonizing decision. Guess I'm gonna go with armor. So close to that. I don't know how to do it, but one of these days we need to figure out how to attract people who aren't so socially toxic to medicine. I don't know how that's gonna work. But the sort of the work demands of the profession necessitate people who are very one-dimensional. And especially given how much, like, said med school is notoriously toxic. Fair enough. So it seems. Yeah, with all the stuff that people have to do to, like, get into med school and residency these days, fuck, man. I think, like, knowing what I know now, if I had to go into medicine again, I would not mess with that. It just doesn't seem worth it. This cool rhymes with UTSW. Amazing. Very subtle. But yeah, that's definitely a notoriously not good place. We had an OB doc from UT Southwestern. Oh man, what did I just click on? What the fuck? Oh, is this like the new mechanic? Okay, cool, cool. Scarven Bloodhorn. I do not have Rift Beast parts to trade. Rift Beast parts? What? What? Oh my good god. You can just like buy this shit? Wow, didn't realize that. Oh man. So you can just like buy whatever the fuck you want? Just a matter of finding the... So there's a set of gloves that I want. They are not in here. Butcher's Crown. This armor is supposedly super good. Well, I mean, it's obviously pretty good, but lots of people are thinking about using it. Huh. Cool. Well, I'm very interested to see how this goes. Close. Okay, let's just keep going this way, see what happens. Can I kill these things? Oh, they hurt. Ow! Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay, so you have to kill all this shit to get the ancient bones. Got it. So 16 at a time at the beginning of the game. Wasn't his stuff like thousands, like 13,000? That's not too bad. We can do that. Ah. Alright, maybe I don't belong here. Oh, wow. Well, I don't know. I killed a fair few of those. Maybe we'll just kite them. Slotted for the exact same calendar schedule, but they start a day later and end 3 days earlier? What? So what do they do in the intervening time? It's kind of odd. Do they have like exam days or something? It's odd that they would have you rotate with people who have completely different schedules. They have at least 3 days before the shelf. Jesus Christ. Really? We didn't do that. That sounds amazing. Just had to plan your shit right to do it. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to sound too, like, you know, walk to school uphill both ways in the snow, but I had no such protections, to say the least. And like I know the other major academic program in town, when they do ICU months, they have like, I think they have like 17 or 18 12-hour shifts that they have to do. Or I don't even know if they're 12-hour shifts. They have day shifts, whatever a day shift means. I assume 12-hour shifts, but now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know that it necessarily means that. But anyway, yeah, so they worked 18 days. We just worked all of them. we had our required 4 days off, and that's it. And every day I was there from like 5:30 to 7. Every day. Until night shift showed up. So, yeah. Yeah, you just coincidentally have the day off? Yeah, exactly. I don't understand. I mean, I guess it's a good idea to arrange that. It's nice. Rift Beast. Yeah, skeletons, do it, baby. This guy's gonna tear me a new asshole if he ever catches me. Ow. You're both there for call, and you're the only one for post call. Lucky you, so you get to hand off all the patients. I mean, I guess you're, you know, as a med student, your responsibilities for doing that are minimal, but I guess it does set you up for a worse pimping experience. So that's fun. Ooh, what do I get to do? Drops a rare caster weapon? What? Oh, this is cool. So I get to like customize my loot? Hell yeah. Alright. Yes, please. God, I don't miss med school, man. All the, like, politics and drama and shit. No thank you. The personalities, too. I feel like I've weeded out most of those just through my profession choice. Empower! Ouch. But yeah, it's nice that, you know, I certainly deal with some people who are real jerks, but, like, I can pretty much ignore them. Like, the whole one-upsmanship is pretty much gone. And again, I do not miss that. Ow! That nemesis is serious. Serious business. Ouch. Ouch. Ah! Man, this guy is crushing me. Woof! Oh! Ice shotgun. Ooh, he crit me, man. No wonder. Well, so what do you think you want to do, dude? Are you still looking at, medicine? Or, I mean, sorry, emergency? I was thinking you had internal medicine on the brain there for me. My bad. Quitting medicine forever. That's a great option. I mean, there's a dude on Reddit who will help you out with that. His name's Leaving Medicine, actually. This is his username, and he's like in consulting. Actually, a really good resource. I've talked with him multiple times because I don't want to leave medicine, but I've considered getting into consulting as like a side gig. I think that'd be kind of cool. I think the time demands are a little bit much for me right now, which is why I haven't really gone anywhere with that, but... Oh, wait, what? So I don't get to go into the rift this time? I'm confused. Just kidding, medicine's still a plan. Yeah, no, emergency's good, dude. That's a good field. Oh, yeah, I forgot this is like first... Yeah, medicine is your first rotation. It's kind of hard. That's a tough draw. I had surgery, which I feel like is not all that awful. I mean, it's hard because there's a whole bunch of, like, you know, cultural norms and stuff that you have to adhere to, but if you don't know anything else, it's really not that bad. You know, it doesn't make any difference because you don't know any different. But then, like, you know, you adhere to all that stuff, like, don't break sterile, you show up at, you know, certain times to do these things, you beat your attending to the patient in the morning, and, you know, all this stuff. Like, those are all just sort of part of the game. And then when the settings relax, it just makes it easier. So I was okay with that. And it's sort of like, you know, obviously there's still medicine and surgery, but it's not, the management isn't quite as intense as it is with, like, internal medicine, obviously. It's like, patient has, you know, constipation, give them bowel regimen. You know, patient's pooping too much, give them bowel regimen. That's, you know, it's a little bit more fundamental. Be too old to keep doing emergency medicine at some point. Yeah, that's true. That time may come sooner than you think. Let's see, psych, surge, OB, peds, and then emergency? Nice, so you do actually get an emergency rotation? That's cool. I don't really understand why that isn't considered a core rotation in a lot of places. It wasn't for me. Like, I know it's not really considered primary care in a lot of situations, or in any situation, but, like, it's a lot of people's primary care. Like, nobody goes to the doctor, and they just come to the emergency room when everything, you know, when they have a cold or whatever. I think it's a lot more useful than, like, a specific pediatrics rotation, honestly. Like, not to say that peds isn't important, but I would prefer to, like, maybe make that a month and get a month of emergency in there. It seems like that would make sense. Or OB, I had 6 weeks of OB, man. That was 6 weeks too many, in my opinion. Emergency's core for DO schools? Interesting. Okay. That's cool. I think that's a good thing. Like, it's really important to be able to kind of triage people who are, you know, not strictly speaking like outpatient quality. You know, like, you get the variety in your medicine and or family clinics, but those people aren't there with some sort of, well, generally aren't there with some sort of, you know, massive acute issue. And you see everything from, like, pregnancy tests to people, like, literally bleeding out in front of you. And I know I'm kind of preaching to the choir, but, like, it's good to be able to stratify those things. That's a really valuable skill to have. And, like, ship them to the appropriate place. Like, this person needs to go to the ICU. This person needs emergency surgery. This person should go home. This person needs pain meds and a surgical consult but doesn't need to go to surgery right now. You know, like, those are all really, really useful things to see as a student. So yeah, I think 8 weeks medicine is a good idea for sure, because internal medicine is just so broad. I don't really care for it in an academic setting because I think it's very, very slow paced and like unnecessarily so. And that sort of detracts from its usefulness. but still, 8 weeks is a must. 8 weeks of family seems like a lot. I can't remember if I did 6 or 4. 6 weeks of surgery seems like not enough. Ah, fuck, wasn't paying attention. Whoops. Perhaps I should have been. Maybe I won't mess with the, exiles yet. Well, or perhaps I will. 'Cause he's gonna chase my ass down. So you're doing your rotation with Doc who already knows you? That's nice. There's no emergency residency there. Oh, well, that's cool. So he's on the state medical board. Well, don't screw up your rotation, dude. So when you're applying for license, he's like, nah, not this guy. Nope. Not Aranis. He doesn't get a license. Fuck him. He's terrifying. Not for real though. That's nice. That's a good ally to have. And yeah, the notion that there's nobody like superior to you between, you know, you and the attending is nice. So I kind of shat on my OB rotation, but actually it was really good because I did OB at the VA, which sounds ridiculous, you know, superficially, but you know, there are women in the military, believe it or not. And who let that happen, right? But you know, clearly the VA does not have an OB residency. So I was like in clinic doing everything. So we didn't have a whole lot of patients, but I did all the exams. I did like a colposcopy and a lead procedure in the office. And the surgeon I was with, or the OB that I was with, was kind of like on the older side, like nearish retirement. You know, it was like an easy gig for him. And so he had one OR day a week where he did like 2 to 3 cases, and I was the primary surgeon for all of them. And he basically just like told me what to do, because I'd already had my surgery rotation at that point. And so he's like, oh, okay, well, can you do like basic procedures? It's like, yeah. I mean, I don't know how to do this procedure, but you can tell me, like, and I can follow instructions and do the things you tell me to do. He's like, okay, cool, let's do it. And we did. Like, I got way more out of my, you know, 10 to 15 hour weeks than my friends did out of their 80-hour weeks, you know, where they were like driving the uterus and the laparoscopic surgeries, just like totally wasting their time. Oh, you're in a different hospital, so it's not just like 8 weeks of the same thing. We did the same. I had, what did I do for medicine? I was at the VA. I was at the VA for a lot of stuff. I actually really like working at VAs. So I did part of my medicine at the VA. Where else did I go? I don't even remember. Why do I not remember that? Oh well, whatever. Dude, the county hospitals are great. Like little community hospitals, those are awesome places to learn. So I had my rotation at the VA was very weird because I think one of the like the resident that was supposed to be the senior had either like was gone. I think they'd gotten fired, but I'm not sure. And basically they just had a whole bunch of people rotating through, and so I made a deal with the interns and would tell all the seniors when they showed up, because they didn't know what the hell was going on. They were just kind of like there because they were told to be. And I was like, hey, look, I will literally write all of the notes for our team if you just let me go home after rounds are done. Like, I will write all of your notes. I'll do all the work, but I want to go as soon as work's finished. And they were like, yeah, cool, deal. So I did, and I did a really good job. Like, I made sure I did well, and they were like, this is working out. I like it. But, regarding the county hospital thing, so my hospital's kind of like a medium-sized hospital. I wouldn't say that we're high volume. But it's like, I think there's like 150 beds, something like that. And, we have an anesthesia student. There are several med students rotating there for other specialties. Like, I know family practice has some, and internal medicine has some. I see some students in, like, cardiology and GI from time to time, and I'm not really sure what they're doing there, because I just, like, see them once and they're never there again. But, like, we started just this year, actually, like, last August, I guess, started having med students, and they're putting third years there, and, like, anesthesia, it's a full month. And so having anesthesia as your first third year rotation seems really, really awful. Because anesthesia is kind of like, you know, in terms of learning things, if you're trying to actually, like, do well in this rotation, like, anesthesia is basically application of all the stuff that you learn in third year. You know, like, it's all the basics, just, like, applied to a surgical environment and trying not to kill those people. So if you don't know how to do an H&P, or, like, present a patient or something, or, like, figure out what's important and what's not about a patient's situation, that's a real problem, and you're probably not going to get a whole lot out of it. But that said, you know, we have had a couple people who are just like, oh, I'll take anesthesia, that'll probably be easy. And they're like, yeah, I have zero interest in doing this. Like, there was one guy who wanted to do pediatric psychiatry, and we were like, yeah, dude, do you want to go home? Like, do you want to see some cool stuff and then, like, leave at 8 in the morning every day? And he's like, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm here for. And we're like, sweet, see you later. Please don't waste our time. You know? Like, nobody's gonna hold that against you here. Like, we don't care. But don't, like, bullshit me and drag me down all day long, slow me down. Back at the county hospital, they have a dedicated psych ED. Oh, cool. 580 beds is big. That's, like, just a little bit smaller than the place I trained. I think KU had, like, 650 beds or something when I trained there. Yeah, it's got way more now, because they built a whole new tower. Like a 12-story tower full of all sorts of shit. But I think it's mostly surgical, like surgical subspecialty stuff, but still, it's gigantic. Yeah, I mean, the medicine shelf is just, you know, it's everything. It's tough, dude. I mean, there are resources for that, but it's basically just step 2 studying. Which has its upside, you know? It's nice to sort of get a thorough step 2 review this early in the year. Like, if you have a study resource for step 2, I'd probably just use that and just do the medicine portions. Ear itches. Inpatient family medicine? Their entire residency staffed hospitals program is family. Really? That's very odd. I didn't realize family practitioners would be down for that much inpatient care. Usually they're like, they talk about their inpatient call like it's the frickin' devil. I remember they had to do that where I rotated through, like I did family practice in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, Where, you may say? Exactly. It is a terrible place. There's a paper mill there, so it smells like shit all the time. Give me those. What is that? Avarice? Oh yeah, these things are awesome. But I don't do any elemental damage, so I'm not gonna use them. 20 residents for family? That does seem quite large. I'm rethinking this vitality plan here. I don't know, straight up 1 vitality sort of sucks too. Yeah, total is 60. That's a big program. PGY 4 family medicine? Why would you do that? I don't understand these like random extra years that some programs are tacking on. Like, what do they think the value of that is? And why would people sign up for that? Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna be equally qualified but spend an extra year of opportunity cost for literally nothing. Like, I never gathered that for internal medicine either. Like, dude, just do research. Take a research year. If you think that you need more qualification for your specialty of choice, like, take a year to do research and do work in that specialty. Don't just, like, do a chief year, do cheap-ass labor. I don't know, man. I don't get it. Medicine is a weird-ass culture. I would never ever sign up for a program like that, especially for family practice, dude. Like, who are you kidding? You really need an extra year to be ready for that? I mean, that's like the pediatric hospitalist fellowship. Like, residency wasn't enough to get you prepared to take care of inpatient pediatric patients. You need an extra year to take care of inpatients. That is the dumbest shit ever. What an obvious cash grab. Oh my god, this nemesis means business. But he's gonna give me such good loot. I didn't even look at it first. I probably should have done that, huh? Actual middle of nowhere docks, yeah. But I mean, you can go be a middle of nowhere dock without, like, I mean, honestly, that would make sense if they had less training. Because they're like, dude, just go there. Please, God, just staff this place. We'll take a year off your residency. Just go there. We'll pay you more than market rates. Because that is how medicine works, fortunately. The shittier of a place you're willing to go to, the more money you make. And there's a lot of that around here. Which is super satisfying, man. Like, I love living in the Midwest. That's where the money is. Ow. Yes. Yes. I already have a frickin' what do they call it? Exalted item. Level like 13 or something. That's ridiculous. Can I use any of it though? That's the question. All this is trash. It's the bow. Should I start using a bow, I guess? I mean, I guess that's better, huh? Yes, obviously better than my worn boots. I wish that was intelligence. Oh man, it'd be so good if that was int. $55 forging potential. Dear God. Alright. Oh. Carry on. Better News got published? Yeah, sweet, dude. Good for you. Is it, what did you get published, I guess I should ask. Oh, ouch. Woo. Damn. There's a lot of, like, kind of hardcore boss fighting going on, huh? The going is slow. Get back at you, skeletons. And what was your research in? Forgot to ask that. That's the important part. For anesthesia, we have to do. I have to recertify in like next year. Do it next year or 2 years. I can't remember. So it's every 10 years. Ah, give me potions. But you either have to go to Raleigh, North Carolina, to take an OSCE, and yes, that you heard that right. You have to do standardized patient exams, or there's like a series of stuff that you can do to get, like, you have to achieve a certain amount of points to recertify, and the OSCE satisfies that requirement, basically. Like, however many points it's worth is however many you need. But you can basically do like a couple case reviews and like some sort of QI project, and they call that good. And so I'm like the one who's kind of tasked with making sure our operating room schedule, like the surgeon's schedule, is what it should be. And so I'm just going to talk about that all the time. Be like, yeah, I did this project where we do all this stuff, and it's totally so I can continue education, not because it benefits me directly by making the surgeons do what they're supposed to. Oh no, OSCE's for medicine boards. Well, I mean, you knew that once one did it, the rest would fall in line, right? That would become the vogue thing to do. Of course. Like, yeah, that's totally what we need for our medical graduates, is standardized patient exams. No. Disagree. I mean, those things are like expensive, and obviously that cost will get passed on to you. You have to go somewhere to do it. You know, it's difficult, like it's a scheduling challenge. Medicine. I swear, man, medicine never stops figuring out ways to eat its own. Like, we're just constantly inventing things to make getting a medical career suck more. I just don't understand. Ooh. Rowan wand. Doesn't do anything for me. Cool. Oh. Oh, you already posted it? Sorry. EMS wait times, EDs, agency, characteristics, populations. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Agencies with 30-minute wait, greater than 30-minute wait times can get down to under 30. Savings 100 million a year. Wow, that's wild. But you know, like that's a crazy number. But I feel like inefficiency in medicine is like shooting fish in a barrel, man. Like there are so many things you could do to make it phenomenally more efficient. I mean, and it starts with the most basic shit, just like schedule things right. So I was saying how I'm kind of like running our OR schedule to a certain degree. Like I organized it. I basically came up with a plan to totally change around the surgeon's clinics and operating room blocks so that they jived better and made a lot more sense, so they could schedule like cases all day long, because a lot of them had like clinic in the morning and an operating room in the afternoon, which doesn't make any sense because it like introduces transition time and also sets you up to start the operating room late. So we said fuck that and moved everything around. Sure. But yeah, that's just like one of many things that's super easy. And then there's like personnel. Pay your personnel what they're worth or they will leave. And then you have to pay somebody more to fill that position and train that person. So like you lose productivity and you lose money directly by paying either temps or just for training, you know. And I don't know why that hasn't become obvious to more people. A lot of it is hospital side too with ED boarding. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the emergency room is, you know, sort of a bottleneck, right? It's really a key point to make efficient. Like if your emergency room's not efficient, you're gonna have a hell of a time putting patients through your hospital. Ooh. Let's see. No, I don't want to enter the ancient era. Or do I? No. No. Not much to go up from paramedic unless you go down a specialty. Yeah. I could see how that'd be a problem. That's a tough job too. Like very physically and emotionally draining. And those sorts of things are, you know, if you're driven, you're not gonna like stick around for very long. Because you can move up without too much problem. Ah! Ow. Periodically becomes rampant. Yeah. But what? Don't leave me in suspense. The federal EMS board just got fired? Oh, is that like a fucking RFK thing, I guess? That guy. Just like firing everybody for no particular reason. Madness, I tell you. That's so crazy, man. Just like all these consummate professionals who've been around forever. And like, I'm all for, you know, blowing it up every now and then and kind of getting some new blood in there, but like, everyone immediately? Oh, is it? It's not RFK? Still sounds, sort of in keeping with the times recently. Wow, that does a lot of damage to him. Yeah, that seems like a weird choice. Like, where are they finding people to replace these boards suddenly? The board has been focused on woke ideals. Yeah, of course they have, right? Yeah, I mean, that doesn't really mean anything. That's just one of those hot button words that people say that it basically just means things I don't like. You don't like it and you don't understand it? Call it woke. That's how we do this. And unfortunately, it's got enough popular traction that sticks, which is crazy. But here we are. Well, I mean, that means nothing but bad things, right? Like, basically, you're gonna just have people who are not sensitive to social issues or you know, doing things based on evidence or facts. NEMSEC had 25 members all fired. Okay. I mean, God. Oh, I forget my skeletons. Those things just die all the time. Goodbye. Just walk up to this dude and say bye. There's also just shit blowing up all around you, but see you later. Ah! Ouch. Well, I hope we don't really come to regret these house cleanings, you know? Experts were brought in to review how climate change can impact patients experiencing a heat or cold emergency. That's woke because it acknowledges global warming. Oh, God. It's idiocracy, man. Rule by the most ignorant. It's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating to be alive and stuff like that's going on. Yeah, let's not acknowledge something that is demonstrably factual. Ritual stake of stillness. Ah. Some committees have lost sight of the mission and have been overrun with individuals whose sole focus is their radical DEI and climate agenda. Okay. Alright, Panion. Fuck off. Yeah, the whole anti-woke thing is just like super confusing. I mean, I think it's just a rallying cry, like anything else. That's a word that people recognize. We don't want these diversity hires. These women, people who aren't white men. They're only hired because they're not white men, obviously. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how life treats us. I'll be very interested to see the next presidential race and how the climate turns. It's gonna be real interesting. Because it'll be very tough for whoever comes next to kind of undo the fuckery. I don't know how that's gonna happen. Yeah, there's gonna be a next presidential race. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't be so confident in that, should I?
What is this place? You seem a little disordered.
Forgotten Night.
He might be kind enough to show you how to tap into.
Alright, Elder Gasper. Give me my class upgrade. Lich. Choose that shit. Hell yeah. Reaper form. Alright. What does Reaper form do? Ooh. Whoa. Oh, I see. So in Reaper form, it turns into Reap. Oh, that's cool. Alright, man. Well, you have a good one. Take it easy. Thanks for hanging out. It's good to see you again. I'm glad you're doing well, despite your fellow med student troubles. Have a good one. The void corrupted him. Goodbye. Let's see. So I have Reaper form now. Supposed to be doing 32-hour weeks for elective. The doc you're on is off. Oh, minimum, I see. He's off the entire last week. Amazing. Well, my advice is to take full advantage of that. It sounds like a great deal. That sounds super cool, actually. What level am I? 15? Oh, man. Well, have a good night, dude. Alright, let's at least go around and talk to these fine folks. I'll keep an eye out. 40, 60, 40, whichever's. Yeah, I mean, I guess you made it. You made the cut, right? Technically correct is the best kind of correct. Can't complain about that, man. But even so, like, as long as that doc was willing to, you know, kind of stick his neck out for you and be like, yeah, he did great. Everything was fine. We totally met the recommendations and the requirements. It's fine. Yeah, that's all it takes, really. Alright, I think I'm done with this tree. Yeah, he'll play the game. I mean, that's what we do. Like, why not, man? Like, it's not like you're trying to fuck around and, like, screw somebody. He's the one leaving. Yeah, it's not like you were just like, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna take vacation during this rotation. Like, whatever. Okay. Gain increased armor equal to half your increased mana regen. That's cool. Effect tripled at low life. Man, I've got to get an Exsanguinous. Jeez. Like, pronto. Good luck, I guess. Nope. Did I miss a... Oh, no, I have to find stuff. Nope, don't want to do that. Let's go down here. Dispel that shit. Best followers? Get him. Love the CCR. This is a good choice. Let's see. How do I close this? Okay. There we go. All good. Alright, well, you know, I planned on streaming for a little bit longer, but I'm actually pretty tired. I'm old, after all. Well, that was a quick one, but I'm having an awesome time with Last Epoch. Definitely recommend it. You guys, thank you for watching. I will see you soon. I really promise I will be back to streaming routinely at some point. I really will do it. But always good to hang out. Appreciate it. I will see you very, very soon. Have a great night.